Southeast Kansas. Thank you for getting that recording started, Jancy. So before we get too far into it, we have to lay kind of some groundwork here. There are a few really amazing people making this possible today. One of them is Jancy Hall with Kansas Soybean. She's the one that just turned on the recording that I forgot to turn on. So thank you for that. Kansas soybean farmers partner with Kansas pig farmers to make this possible and bring this educational opportunity to you. We also have Cindy Pulse, which is the Kansas Pork Association's director of communications, and she is behind the camera. So she's probably doing all the real work here, and we're all just going to have fun and watch all the work she does along with Michael and Christy as they walk you through the pig farm today. So today we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 classes. This is so exciting, guys. You've got 10 classes, a ton of students to bring through the pig farm today. And we would love it if, as we called your classroom's name, oh, does someone from Baldwin, Marion Baldwin, have a question? Do I see a hand up? You can unmute if you need to visit with us.
We cannot hear you in Marion.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
I hear you talking, but it's a whisper.
Okay, do you have any kind of volume settings on the bottom left of your screen? There's a mute, there's like an audio. There might be some different microphones that you can run the audio through on your side.
That's better.
Oh, good, great deal, great deal. And if anyone else is having problems, my room's in transition right now, be about 5 minutes, no problem. And if turning your camera on is kind of difficult, it's no sweat at all. Kind of join however you can. We just love that you all made time to be with us today. So classrooms we have right now, Miss Baldwin's class, Marion Elementary. If you guys want to wave or say hello. Miss Turner's class, Harper Elementary, 2nd grade. Miss Berber's class from Onega Elementary. Miss Hodges' class from Osage City Elementary. Mr. Harmon's class from Early Childhood Center in Junction City. Miss Mayfield's class from White City Schools. Jonathan, Miss Jonathan from Neiman Elementary School in Shawnee. Miss Mumpower's class from Wabaunsee Elementary School. Miss Ford's class from Liberty View Elementary. Miss Smith from White City we've got. So we've got a ton of classrooms. Hello, everybody. We are so excited you took the day to be with us. I love the hats that I'm seeing, everybody's cute little pig hats. One day I'm going to have out my pig hat. So we are going to take a short period to jump over to a video that we have of Michael and Christy's farm. And this video is going to show you around the entire pig farm. So you get a look at what goes on outside of this room, and then we're going to go straight over to Michael and Christy, and they're going to show you where they're standing, what kind of pigs they're holding right now, and what kind of fun goes on in this barn.
Hey guys, I'm Harper. Have you ever been to a farm before? I've seen barns from the road, but that's about it. That's why I've decided to visit one to get the real scoop. Cooper and Mason invited me to their family pig farm in Sycamore, Kansas. They're gonna give me a tour of the farm, teach me about how they raise pigs, and even let me hold a piglet. I can't wait. Did you know that there are over 1,000 pig farms in Kansas? Farmers take good care of their pigs so that we can have pork in our grocery stores. Pork is a meat that comes from pigs. Let's go see how farmers raise their pigs. Come on!
We're here at Springer Family Farm in Sycamore, Kansas with Cooper and Mason. Their family raises corn, soybeans, and lots of pigs. Hey guys, what's it like to take care of pigs?
I love working with pigs because they are very easy to work with. We give pigs the best possible care that they need so we can feed our community and yours.
Where do your pigs live?
Our pigs live in barns.
Piglets and sows live in fairing houses. The piglets are the baby pigs, and the sows are their mothers. The fairing house is a barn where moms have their babies. It's just like a delivery room at a hospital.
Can we go see some piglets?
Sure, let's go.
Pigs give birth to babies in groups. That's called a litter. Usually there's 12 piglets in a litter. They each weigh 2 to 3 pounds when they're born. Pigs start walking as soon as they're born. They grow really fast, which means they nurse at least once every hour. We make sure moms get really good food and water so that they can have enough milk for their babies. Sow's milk provides the babies with all the nutrients they need until they're about 3 weeks old.
So what happens next?
The piglets get weaned.
What does weaned mean?
Weaned means they'll stop drinking milk from their mama and start eating food. The sows go back to their own barns where they can wait until they have another litter of pigs. Then the baby piglets go onto the ham tram to the nursery.
Would you like to go see some piglets now?
Absolutely, let's go.
Cooper told me when pigs move into the nursery that they're about 3 weeks old and weigh 15 to 20 pounds. That's like lifting 2 gallons of milk. They keep the barn nice and warm so that they're comfortable. They use computer technology to control the temperature, just like you use in your house.
So now that they don't drink milk, what do you feed the pigs?
Let's go take a look.
So we are at the feed mill. The feed mill is a place where other crops like wheat and corn and soybeans will be harvested on the pig feed. This whole entire field of corn will be harvested with a combine, put into one of the big semi-trailers, and be hauled to another one of these grinding places, or even this one. After it's grinded up, it will go into the feed truck, will be hauled to this farm over here and other surrounding farms.
I was shocked to find out pigs like vegetables, including corn. Now, they don't eat corn on the cob like you and me. They eat a different kind of corn called field corn. Field corn kernels are smashed into small pieces that are easy to eat and digest. Basically, a farmer will plant a corn seed that will grow into an ear of corn. These are harvested in the fall. When corn is harvested, a combine harvests the corn. As the corn cob goes in, single corn kernels come out. Those kernels are smashed up through rollers and added to the pig feed along with other ingredients like soybean meal and other nutrients. Did you know farmers plant their crops in acres? 1 acre is the same size as a football field. In Kansas, corn is one of the top produced crops. Farmers plant more than 5 million acres of corn. That's a lot of football fields. Our harvest is so big that it could fill 10,000 swimming pools. Here's a fun fact. Corn can also be used to make ethanol fuel for our cars. When corn is used to make ethanol fuel, some of it is left over. We call those distiller grains. Distiller grains actually make a great treat for pigs and can still be used in their food. All in all, 39% of corn planted in the United States is made into fuel or made into feed for our animals like pigs. Nutritionists agree, pigs like corn because it provides them protein and energy to be happy and healthy. Pig food is stored in bins to keep it fresh. It travels through a long tube right into the pig's feeder to keep it nice and full at all times.
Yum.
They also have a drinking fountain for clean, fresh water. After eating all those vegetables, they grow up fast. At 8 weeks old, pigs weigh about 40 to 60 pounds. That's the same weight as 4 bowling balls. As they get bigger, they move to a finishing barn where they have more room to move around. Pigs live in the finishing barn until it's time to go to market. They'll be 6 months old and weigh 280 pounds when they go to market.
So guys, how long has your family been raising pigs?
We've been raising pigs for 70 years. My great-granddad used to raise them outside back in the old days. Now with all this awesome technology, our pigs live in high-tech barns with fans and misters to stay cool in the summer and heaters to stay warm in the winter.
Before I toured your farm, I thought pigs just laid around in the mud all day.
They do spend a lot of time sitting and relaxing, but they also eat and drink and play in their pens too. I love watching pigs grow up and play in their pens.
Thanks so much for giving us a tour of the farm. I really enjoyed getting to meet your family, learning about pigs, sows, and the life of a pig.
Sure, no problem.
Anytime. Have a pork-tastic day.
Well, now you guys have seen a little bit more of the farm. Let's get to business. Michael and Christy, why don't you take it over and tell us what we're looking at? Give yourself a little bit of an introduction and tell us what we're looking at right now.
Okay, so we are Michael and Christy Springer, and we are down around Sycamore, Kansas, which is in the southeast part of Kansas. So anyway, so today outside, what was it? What was the temperature this morning?
50 degrees.
50 degrees. So but in this barn, it is 78 degrees. It's nice. The pigs are enjoying this weather. So we raise all our pigs inside what we call a controlled environment. So this barn that we're in this morning is called the nursery barn. So when pigs are born, you saw in the video, when their pigs are born, they're born in the farrowing house. And then when they're 21 days old, you know, they're weaned from their mamas and they move over here to the nursery. Now, the cool thing about this barn is in the piglets is how we move them. So we transport these piglets over here to this barn via the Hamtram, which is a old school bus that we've taken all the seats out, and then we pick one of the slipper slides off one of the boys' old swing sets, and we attach that to the back. So to get the pigs on the Hamtram, we have to put them on the back of the bus through the back door, the emergency exit. But the fun thing is when we take them off is we attach that slipper slide, and we have one person at the top and we have one person at the bottom, and we slide them down into the hog barn. So we can hold about 350 piglets on the Hamtram, which is pretty cool. So these pigs that are in this barn right now are about 6 weeks old. And when they moved into this barn, they weighed 15 pounds. And so now they probably weigh 20 to 25 pounds. So they're growing good, very good. So how do they grow good? How do they grow so fast? Because the time that a piglet is born to the time that we take the piggies to market, it's 6 months old and it weighs 300 pounds. And how do we get it from 3 pounds at birth to 300 pounds in 6 months is all by their what we feed them, their nutrition. And so our piglets have their own nutritionist at Kansas State University. And our pigs are on 16 different diets from the time they're born to the time they go to market based on where they are in their, and how old they are and where they are in their growth stage. So anyway, we'll check out the feed. You guys want to see what the feed looks like up close? And I'll have the hog farmer tell you what the feed is made out of. Okay.
So the feed is made of corn, soybeans, and vitamins and minerals. So this is kind of like breakfast cereal. It just looks a little different. But there's about 70% of the ration is corn, and about 25% of it is soybean meal. And the rest of it is the vitamins and minerals the pigs need. So these little guys, they eat about 1/2 pound of feed per day. And by the time they get to market size, they will eat almost 10 pounds of feed per day. So if you, that gives you a new meaning to pigging out.
Sure does, Michael.
How they come over and have their
So when they eat, they come up to their space, and we like to have a little bit of feed in the pan, but not a lot. But they come up here and they shake this pan, and the feed falls down. So they will go to the feeder several times per day. Researchers say that if this pig will always go and eat in this spot. So sometimes they go back to the same place every day. You know, kind of like sitting in the same chair in the lunchroom, in the cafeteria.
right, your dining room table at night?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how does the feed, tell them how the feed gets in the building?
Well, the feed gets, first of all, if you saw in the video, we make the feed at our feed mill. We deliver it over to the farm in our big feed truck with a big auger on it. And it augers the feed into a bin. And then there's the world's longest slinky inside this pipe. And it brings the feed in, and it comes down this pipe and fills the feeder. So these pigs, the cool thing about being a pig is you have food available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
That is really cool.
So, and then the water. So they have all the food they can eat, and all the water they can drink. So this is a water bowl. So this is the nipple. So the water comes out and the pigs drink it out of the bottom of the pan. So fresh water is important to the livelihood and the health of the pig, and they have fresh water available all the time.
That's
And I think
really-
one of them is chewing on my pan.
Well, tell us a little bit about how that floor works, Michael.
What's that?
Tell us about the floor that you're standing on. How's that floor work?
Floor. Well, you know, poop. So what goes in must come out. So that poop and that pee, it goes down through this floor and down into this pit. And then that it's called the manure, and it's piped out to our lagoon, which is a big pond that holds the manure. Then we pump that out onto our fields for fertilizer for the corn. And then we raise a crop of corn and feed the corn back to the pigs.
That's
Like
that's
recycling.
like, yeah, you're the original recyclers.
Show them how the pigs keep their pens clean.
Okay, well, Mrs. Springer wants me to tell you about how the pigs manage their pens. So there's 25 pigs here in this pen, and people think pigs are dirty animals, but they're really quite clean. If you notice the floor here in the front, this is the living area, and they keep it quite clean. And apparently in the back here, this must be the bathroom, because it looks kind of like the bathrooms. We have teenagers in our house that kind of looks like the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, how
So-
about we go ahead and let some classrooms ask some questions?
Yeah. Questions. We like questions.
All right, how about Marion Elementary, Miss Baldwin's class? Would you guys like to unmute and ask a question?
Does it bother you having to move backwards? That would be that whole playing in a game. Okay, Avery.
How many pigs are produced a year?
How many pigs are you raising per year, Michael and Christy?
Well, we raise we raise between 80 and 90,000 pigs every year.
Wow.
A lot of pigs.
That's a lot of pigs.
All righty, how about we move on to Harbor Elementary, Miss Turner's class. Would you like to unmute and ask a question?
Okay, say it, Paxton. You have to- what breed?
What breed are those pigs?
What breed are the pigs?
Thank you. Good question.
These pigs, their mamas are white. They're quarter Landrace, quarter Yorkshire, and half Duroc. The daddy
hear
pigs are actually red. There's one right here that has some red in it.
Oh.
99% of the pigs in the United States are going to be all white.
Good question. All right, let's move on. Onega Elementary, Miss Berber's class. Do you guys want to unmute and ask a question?
Anybody think of a question? If you have a question on this.
Why are the pins separated?
Why are the pins separated?
Well, that's a good question. So, I will explain why they're separated. So they're separated so that the pigs so each pig has access to the right amount of water and feed. If they were all down on one end of the building, then you'd have a bossy pigs that wouldn't let the little pigs get in to eat at the feeder. So it also makes them easier to take care of. It's very important that when you work at the pig farm, that you see every pig every day. And if you have them spread out like we do in this barn, then it's easier to see them. So if we have one that's sick, we can doctor it.
So one of the things, I'll have Cindy kind of point down, you see how the pigs are kind of laying close to each other? They like that. Pigs are very social. You know that term hog pile or pig pile? Well, that's where it comes from. Pigs are very social animals. They like to be close. They do not practice social distancing at all. But if we go walk through the pens and we notice that a pig is off by itself and not partaking in group activities, you know, like recess and stuff like that, we know that maybe there's something wrong with that pig. So we're going to go over and check it out, make sure he's okay. Maybe he's just having an off day and wants to be off by himself. But if not, we'll just check him out, make sure he's not, you know, feeling sick, has a cold, or you know, maybe hurt his foot or something like that. But that's how we know. But if we do have a problem, we call our vet, just like your parents call your doctor to when you are not feeling well. We call our vet when our pigs aren't feeling well. So there you go. I just wanted to point out how they like to lay on each other and hang out.
Well, I think that's great. And, you know, I think that brings to light the fact that pig farmers are really animal caretakers. So it's their job to watch over all of these pigs and to make sure that they keep them in pens that, you know, they can take really good care of them. So let's move on. Miss Hodges' class, Osage Elementary, do you guys have a question? And you guys can also chat in your questions if it's easier for you. Totally up to you guys and how you feel most comfortable.
We were wondering how many people are in your operation.
Oh, how many employees do we have, Mr. Hog Farmer?
We have 35 people that work for us. So we sell over 80,000 pigs, and we have, at about any time, we have about 45,000 pigs at our farms.
But like, tell them about the different jobs on a hog farm.
Oh, so there's all kinds of jobs on the hog farm. So we have people that take care of the pigs. We have people that specialize in giving birth to the pigs, like the nurse at the hospital that takes care of the baby. We have people that make the feed. We have people that work on the equipment. These pigs, they like to tear up things. They're kind of like rowdy boys. They like to tear up things. So we always have things to work on.
It's just not boys working here though, is it?
No, there's about half of our crew is women.
Yeah.
So we have people that do the nursery and people that do the finishing. We also have people that work at our office that keep our records and take care of all our finance.
And what about the guys on the crop farm that raise the food?
We also have people that drive tractors and combines and trucks to raise the crops out in the field that feed the pigs and feed other animals and feed people.
Looks like one's chewing on your leg there a little bit.
Oh, they've decided they like us. I must have some chocolate.
All right, so we have a question from White City, Mayfield. What's the age of your oldest pig, and how much did your biggest pig weigh?
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Why don't you tell them about the mama pig and the biggest litter that we had?
So I'll tell you a couple stories. So we had a mama pig that had 22 piglets. That's a lot of little rugrats.
What's the average?
The average sow has 15 piglets. So our largest litter, I think, is 22 that we've ever had. That's 22 little babies.
That's a lot of babies.
So that means that sow had almost enough pigs to fill this pen. So your question about the biggest pig. So that's a good question. Our biggest pig was probably 3 years old and weighed, like 700 pounds.
The difference of a boy and a girl.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and how much was that again, did you say?
Oh, I think the biggest pig we've ever had probably weighed close to 700 pounds. And was probably
700
close to 3 years old. They don't normally get that big, but we had a boar one time that we let get really big because he was really, really friendly.
Wow. All right, Miss Mumpower's got a couple of questions for you. I think I'm just gonna pick one so we can take a one from everyone. But how long, tell us like the cycle of a pig. So like a pig is born and then how long does it take to get that pig to market?
So it takes about 6 months from the time the pig is born until we get the pig to market. So I don't think we talked about the farm much. So in the facilities, the different phases. So the sow lives in the breeding barn and lives in the gestation and lives there for 16 weeks. And then she goes to the farrowing house, which is the maternity ward where she has her babies. The baby, she's with her babies for 3 weeks. And then when the babies are weaned into what we call the nursery. We're in the nursery. And in the nursery, the pigs have all the food they can eat, all the water they can drink, and they get to hang out with their friends 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And these pigs like it to be about 80 degrees, so it's pretty warm in here right now. And then after the nursery, they live here for 6 to 8 weeks, and then when they go to the finishing, where they live another 16 weeks until they go to market. So when that pig goes into the finishing, they're going to weigh between 50 and 60 pounds. And when they come out, they're going to weigh almost 300 pounds.
Wow. We had another pretty good question come in from White City. Do you know how many pigs are girls and how many are boys? How does that work?
That's a good question. It really is about half, but we don't really keep very close track of that.
Yeah. How about Miss Mathis from Stafford Elementary? We've got a couple more minutes. Do you guys want to unmute and ask a question or? All right, we'll probably keep rolling. Oh. Jonathan, Miss Jonathan, Neiman Elementary School. Would you guys like to unmute, ask a quick question? Mumpower, and it looks like.
Hi, this is Miss Jonason's class. I had sent a message. I had a student that wanted to know if did they ever keep a pig or two as a pet, or did they all go to market, was the question.
Well, they all go to market. But we do treat them, we have to treat the pigs well when they're growing, so we treat them like family, but they have to go to market.
Oh, it would be hard to keep 90,000 around the house.
Yeah, it would be a little
and smelly. It might be a little smelly.
Yeah, it'd be a little smelly.
Yeah.
And so Miss Ford from Liberty View Elementary, if you would like to unmute or if anyone wants to type in one last question before we wrap up today.
Neosho Heights Elementary has a question.
Great.
Okay, go ahead and ask.
How many pounds of food do you use a year?
How many pounds of food? How many pounds of feed do we make a year?
Oh, how do we make? Oh my!
Yeah.
Well, we make about 1 million pounds of feed every week. So like 52 million pounds.
Okay, so what does a semi hold? How many feed? So give us so they can picture it. How many?
Well, you're the one with the math.
I don't do math.
I know.
Okay.
So we feed about 900 semi loads of corn every year.
That's a lot of semis on the road.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how much feed do we deliver? Or
Man, it stumps the hog farmer day. Yeah.
Well,
I'd say that we feed. I'd say we feed about 1,300 semi loads of feed every year.
wow, that's a lot. And it is 11:01, so we are going to probably wrap up. How about we do one more question? How many sows or mother pigs do you have at a time?
How many mama pigs do we have?
We have about 3,400 mama pigs.
Wow. Well, guys, sounds like you've got some work to do with all those pigs running around there.
We do. We gotta feed. We're feeding the world here. So I just want to know: does everybody know what food comes from a pig? You know, it's pork, but what do we eat that is considered pork? Who likes sausage on their pizza? Me. Pepperoni. Bacon. What else we got? Ham.
Pork chop,
Pork chops.
ribs.
Yes. Yeah.
We got a lot of hands coming up.
Pig.
Got a lot of hands coming up. Well, thank you so very much, Michael and Christy, for having us out to Springer Family Foods. We absolutely loved our pig farm tour today.
Well, we appreciate you all coming and visiting us this morning. This has been really fun.
Yeah.
We like all the questions.
Yes, you're getting a lot of thank yous. So we will allow you guys to wrap it up, and maybe we'll just get a little bit more pig video as people sign off.
Yeah, you see the pigs are now worn out.
Yeah, they're tired.
They're tired. It's nap time now in the nursery.
So are you gonna lay down with them?
I might. I'm gonna have a little snack, and then I'm gonna lay down and take a nap. This is the life right here.
Thank you all.